And I think the players have higher expectations of themselves as well. And I think there's every reason to believe that we would be in the mix and competing for a playoff spot. Yeah. Non, c'est pas une question d'avoir peur. Je pense qu'il faut suivre le processus. Et ce processus, puis aujourd'hui, j'ai pas peur de dire que ça va être une bonne équipe sur la glace, puis dans le mix, c'est sûr. Ouais. Je pense qu'il y a plusieurs bonnes équipes dans la Ligue nationale et faire les séries, c'est très difficile. On l'a vu l'année passée, de très bonnes équipes qui n'ont pas réussi à la dernière minute. Alors pour moi, c'est dans le mix, c'est d'être parmi ce groupe-là. Oh, encore plus de progrès, de développement. Je pense que c'est clair que nous avons des jeunes joueurs qui vont être très très bons dans le futur et de voir cette équipe progresser encore serait une réussite.
Sans préciser, sans dire directement que vous voulez participer aux séries, est-ce que tu penses que votre groupe de partisans serait prêt à accepter une quatrième année de suite sans séries éliminatoires?
Je pense qu'on va voir une équipe très excitante sur la glace qui va travailler très fort à chaque soir et qui va donner à nos partisans le désir de supporter, de faire partie de cette équipe cette année. Et ça, je pense que c'est ce que nos partisans veulent. Et je pense aussi que nos partisans ont, depuis qu'on a annoncé notre reconstruction, je pense que les partisans ont accepté que ça va prendre du temps. Alors qu'on fait les séries ou pas, je pense que c'est les partisans qui vont nous dire qu'ils sont satisfaits du progrès.
Si vous n'êtes pas dans le mix, dans le groupe qui se va jusqu'à la...
Écoute, on n'a même pas commencé la saison et je ne vais pas parler de déception encore, mais de jouer ensemble et qui va progresser et bien jouer.
Vous avez parlé plus d'une fois d'une équipe qui est existante.
Qui s'en vient et j'espère que les partisans vont avoir la chance de voir ça aussi sur la glace. Comme je disais tantôt, le core group de nos jeunes sont maintenant signés à long terme, pas tous, mais beaucoup. Ça, c'est excitant et ça donne beaucoup plus de confiance aux jeunes aussi. Et évidemment, on n'avait pas Kirby Duck pour toute la saison l'année passée, puis il va être là. Alors ça, c'est excitant aussi. Je pense qu'il y a beaucoup de choses. Les jeunes défenseurs, les gardiens de but en avant, on a beaucoup de bonnes histoires et de joueurs à suivre.
Just your thoughts watching Laine Hudson the last couple of days and talking with the young players coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty electric. It's fun to watch, and I think that's probably a good question to ask the hockey guys, but for sure, when he touches the puck, the fans react, and it's pretty exciting to watch. Well, our priority is to build a good hockey team on the ice, and we invest in that. Obviously, the Montreal Canadiens are not in a position to solve the economy. Sorry about that, but we're going to continue doing what we do and managing our business. Je dirais que ça dépend de votre définition de résultat, parce que progrès, c'est un résultat aussi. Et je pense qu'on a un plan. On est dans l'année 3 de ce plan. Et je suis très satisfait du travail de tous les dirigeants, incluant Geoff, Kent et Martin. Puis j'ai aucun doute que ça va continuer. Expectations with setting the bar high enough. I think the bar is high all the time on our team, and the expectations are always high. But at the same time, I've repeated many times, we're in a process, and the bar is high over the long run, and the bar is high every day as well. But that doesn't mean things are going to change from one day to the next or 1 year to the next. Ah, c'est difficile de répondre à cette question, mais je dirais que Ça progresse très bien. Et on a vu dans le repêchage cette année que ça va continuer à progresser. Puis on a déjà une équipe, un noyau de jeunes joueurs qui sont très très bons. Et j'ai très hâte à les voir cette année. Mais c'est impossible de prévoir combien d'années ça prend. Si tu regardes à travers la Ligue nationale, ça dépend équipe par équipe. Il y en a qui sont en année 8 et pas nécessairement beaucoup de progrès. Puis il y en a d'autres qui sont en année 6, 7, puis ils ont réussi à faire du progrès. Ouais.
Geoff, committing to a full rebuild, I know wasn't an easy decision for you. What have you maybe learned through this process, and what's impressed you most about the way Geoff Gorton's handled it and came in with so much on his plate?
Yeah, what have I learned? I would say the biggest thing that I've learned is that our fans are wanted this, and they're entirely behind this rebuild because they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it was hard. It was hard to make that decision because I didn't know how the fans were going to react, and now I see the excitement. I mean, we had two prospect games over the weekend, and both were sold out. I don't think that's ever happened, and that's a sign that our fans can't wait to see these young guys on the ice. So I'd say that's probably the biggest learning. And then the second one is patience. I know it's hard for some of you when I don't fully answer the question about when and how and playoffs or whatever it is. But the most important thing that I need to have is patience with the management team because they are building something great, and it's going to be fun for many years for all of us.
What's impressive about Geoff Gorton? He came in with so much on his plate. What's impressive the most about the way he's sort of led this?
Yeah, I mean, Geoff has a ton of experience. He's been involved in one of these situations with the New York Rangers. I think what he brings is to two young, to Marty and Kent, who are greener. I think he brings that experience and that understanding of the importance of patience, and he works really well. The three of them work really well as a group. So I would say that he brings the experience and the patience that we need.
Les dernières années, se battre pour obtenir un gros choix au repêchage représentait une stratégie de la reconstruction. Est-ce que maintenant, se battre pour une place en série devient plus important que de viser un bon choix au repêchage?
J'ai aucun doute que l'intention, c'est d'essayer de faire les séries, non pas d'essayer d'avoir un choix tôt dans le repêchage.
Vous avez dit qu'il y a plusieurs équipes qui sont rendues très loin, 8e, 9e année là, dans la reconstruction, puis ça ne fonctionne toujours pas. Qu'est-ce que vous avez appris justement de ces reconstructions-là qui n'ont pas fonctionné, puis que vous avez peut-être appliqué au...
Je dirais que le plus important, c'est la patience. Parce que parfois on voit il ne faut pas nécessairement essayer d'accélérer trop rapidement. Il faut choisir le bon moment pour accélérer. Et comme je disais tantôt, Stu, la patience de Geoff Gorton dans cette situation et l'expérience de Geoff Gorton nous amène beaucoup.
Geoff, how much were you involved?
Last question.
Le mot en plus cette année, c'est les patience.
Non, il n'y a pas de mot en paix cette année. Je pense que l'important, si je peux laisser un mot pour tout le monde, c'est l'important, c'est que nous allons tout faire pour être dans le mix cette année. Et je pense que nous avons une équipe qui s'est améliorée pendant l'été. Et j'ai très hâte d'aller voir sur la glace.
Geoff, were you involved at all in discussions to bring Patrik Laine into the team? I know Geoff Gorton's running it, but I know you're the guy who signs paychecks at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, the way I operate with Geoff and Kent is I like to stay informed, and I like to ask a lot of questions so that I can get to a point where I'm 100% supportive, but I don't get involved in trades or negotiations of those types.
Merci, Geoff.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Geoff Gorton est le prochain.
Good morning. Bonjour.
Geoff, what are you excited about most heading into the season compared to where this team was last year?
I mean, just the evolution of the team. You know, where we're going next excites me. You know, I think the summer's been good. You know, we're able to take care of some players long term that are going to be here, and you know, able to acquire Patrik and do some things that I think will help, and then, you know, training camp to see how it works out with how the young players will play, and you know, if they're ready to help us now. So, you know, there's a lot of questions about you know, we have a lot of good young players. We have a lot of players here, so I think the competition for spots, should be better now that we're increasing our talent pool.
Geoff, going in, do you think the team has what it takes to be a playoff team down the road?
Well, I mean, of course, that's the biggest question coming in, what we're going to be like. I think, we talked about at the end of the season a lot about the phrase we used is in the mix. That's where we want to be. But I'm not going to put it past this team, to do that. I know the players in that room feel really confident about their team and what we can do this year. So. No, I think that as the season progresses and it gets, after the trade deadline, we're still in there, playing meaningful games, competing, for a spot. I think that'll be important for our group, the evolution. We've had a few years, obviously, where, we've picked, 5 a couple times here first. So it'll be nice to see if we can move it along and like I said, as the season goes along, we get into April, that we're playing games that really, really matter.
Why do you think that's setting the bar high enough, Geoff? Is it?
What is?
Why do you believe that slogan of being in the mix setting the bar high enough for you?
Well, listen, I don't know. Certainly, I would like to make the playoffs and think our team could, but I don't know. I've been through this before with a couple other teams when you're rebuilding, and you just like to see. I think the players will tell you on the ice if they're ready, and setting the bar, the expectation. I'm not sure that's something that we need to do to tell the players you have to do this or it's a disappointment, because there's just so much there that we have so many young players that that have to play, that need to keep growing. I think I said last year there's a lot of players on our team that still haven't hit their ceiling, so there's a lot of unknown. So as we go into camp and head into the season, we're going to learn more and more about our team, and we'll know what kind of team we have. So for me to sit here and the first day of camp and say, oh yeah, we're a great team, whatever, we'll see. Our players will tell us inside the room, inside our conversations. We feel really confident about our team and where we're going.
Geoff, I'm sure that you'd like to improve every aspect of your hockey club, but based on the roster you have at your disposal, what would you say is the biggest priority between cutting your goals against and scoring more goals?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I'll tell the coaches both, right? If you look, it's pretty clear that we'd have to be, we know we have to be better in our own zone and keep the puck out of our net, cut down on our chances for sure defensively. So I think the offense will take care of itself. I feel like we have a team that can be pretty good offensively. Defensively is something that we're really going to have to concentrate on. If we want to be in that mix, we're going to have to keep our goals down.
Geoff, fans have been very patient through this rebuild so far.
Yep.
How much longer do you think they'll continue to be patient?
Well, I have to say, if you were at the 2 games this weekend, like I know you were, our fans are unbelievable. To sit there in front of 21,000 people and have a rookie camp games is amazing. I don't think there's too many places in the world that can do that. I think, from the fans I talk to, from everybody I talk to, they're patient as long as they see the growth, and we'll continue to keep moving this thing forward, and hopefully they'll keep believing in what we're doing.
When you talk about the defensive play, to what extent is that a message to the coaching staff as well as the players?
Yeah, I think the whole organization. We know we got to be better defensively. That's fair.
Since your first day in Montreal, you've been working mostly about the future.
Yep.
Will you be changing a little bit your mind and trying to work more?
Well, I mean, it's a good question, but I will say this: we have a plan in place. The way we're going to build it, we're not going to deviate from that just for a short-term, pleasure. So we're excited about this season. We're standing here. We're excited about where this team's going. We hope this year it's what we think it could be. We'll see, but there's a lot of ways to measure the season, and not just by points.
When we look at the roster,
Yeah.
It seems as though there's a little bit of a logjam with the talent you got on defense, and
Yeah.
the options they'll have there maybe less on offense. Do
Yeah.
you want to balance that out? I know you also already traded Jordan and made it a little bit better, but
Yeah, Yeah, with Kovacevic and Harris going out. We'll see. Training camp, I think, on defense in particular will be, it should be a really good battle for spots. So, listen, you can't have enough defense. I don't think we have a problem there. A lot of them are young, and if they have to be in the minors, they'll be in the minors. That's just the way it is. But I never apologize for having too many defensemen. I think it's a good thing.
Geoff, how much did two or three? Last season, you seemed really excited about the possibilities for the offseason.
Yeah.
Where you guys weren't. You did a lot, but do you feel
You want more?
I don't. I'm asking if you wanted more. If you were
I always want more.
in the
Yeah.
offseason than you actually were.
Well, listen. I mean, there's always conversations. There's ideas, things that come up that you want to do. One of them is you want to have a good draft, and especially where we're drafting, and we felt good about that. In free agency, we looked at a lot of things that just didn't quite fit where we were going, the term-wise. And then we wanted to add to our team, our forward group, and give our guys a little bit of a shot in the arm as we go forward. And I think we were able to do that with the acquisition of Patrik Laine. So I feel good about our summer. You always want more, but that's just me, and I guess I'm a little greedy.
Geoff, how is your relationship with Marty and Ken evolved?
I mean, it's always good. Nothing's really changed. We're able to challenge each other. We're pretty close. We spent a lot of time together, obviously. So I mean, I think I guess it's always evolving. You're always talking hockey. There's a lot of conversations. We are all a little bit different. That's pretty obvious. I think between Kent and I, we're a little different. But it works. I think that the conversations we have are all good and for the benefit of the group. So we're good. We're good. There's no problem there.
You mentioned defense.
Yeah.
You mentioned defense patience, but you also have to manage the players' patience.
Yeah.
Some of them have
Yeah.
been missing playoffs for a few
Yeah.
years. What do you tell them? Is telling them being
Well, I would expect the players are going to stand up here and talk a lot about the playoffs, right? Because the players, they don't want to hear the word rebuild or what's patience and all that stuff. These guys are confident in what they do, and no player in the National Hockey League doesn't want to make the playoffs. So I would expect our players are thinking that way, and that's how we want them to think.
Last question.
In the process, looking into Patrik Laine and looking into what he's gone through and everything, what reassured you that he was ready to sort of move to another chapter and come here and have a
It was nice that we were able to have some time and talk to him and a little bit about how his frame of mind, what he was thinking about his career and about his past and everything he's gone through. So, and obviously we talked to a lot of people that know him, that have been around him his whole life. So, once we did all that homework, we talked to him. We just felt like this was a risk well worth taking. So, yeah.
See you, Geoff.
All right. Have a good day. Nice. Thank you.
Ça coupe, hein? Ouais. Y a-t-il quelqu'un qui joue avec la truie? Oui. Ça coupe.
Tu parlais beaucoup du progrès individuel des joueurs. Tu disais, je veux voir nos joueurs progresser, je veux les voir s'améliorer. Là, vous fixez un objectif plus collectif, on veut être dans le mix. Est-ce que l'équipe va être dirigée différemment pour atteindre ces objectifs-là? Dans le sens où Martin a mis souvent les joueurs dans des positions pour qu'ils apprennent en fin de match, pour grandir individuellement. Si tu veux être dans le mix, des fois, il faut peut-être que tu gères différemment. Est-ce que vous allez avoir une différente approche?
Je pense qu'on a discuté ça souvent pendant les années. On a dit qu'on était en position à Montréal de peut-être fournir des chances aux joueurs, de leur permettre de faire des erreurs, tandis qu'une équipe comme Vegas ou Colorado, chaque shift compte plus. Alors là, qu'on continue, il faut qu'on prenne des décisions de jour à jour, de semaine à semaine, du mois au mois. Au niveau de ces types de décisions, parce que c'est sûr qu'en même temps, on a beaucoup de jeunes joueurs. Puis pour continuer à progresser comme équipe, il faut que les autres y progressent aussi.
C'est pas tous les joueurs qui vont atteindre leur plein
potentiel. Aucun joueur, très peu de joueurs atteignent vraiment leur plein potentiel. Dans votre groupe présentement, qu'est-ce qui te donne confiance que vous avez les joueurs qui vont vous amener au prochain niveau? Puis dans l'organisation, vous avez les personnes qui vont les aider justement.
Est-ce que vous pouvez répéter, vous avez dit que les joueurs n'ont pas eu leur potentiel?
C'est pas tous les joueurs dans leur carrière qui vont atteindre leur plein potentiel. Everybody gets reach their ceiling. So, dans votre organisation, pourquoi vous avez la confiance que les gars que vous avez en place vont vous amener là? Et puis, qu'est-ce que vous avez dans l'organisation? C'est la confiance avec les outils qu'ils ont autour de vous pour atteindre leur plein potentiel.
Mais on essaie de... On ne peut pas être 100% confiant que chaque joueur va atteindre leur potentiel. Ça, c'est sûr. On a une certaine perspective au niveau de le type d'environnement va permettre les joueurs d'atteindre leur potentiel. Puis je pense que chaque joueur est différent en même temps. Alors, une partie de ça, c'est pour nos coachs puis nous autres dans l'équipe de gestion d'être en mesure d'évaluer les joueurs puis de savoir quel type de personnes, c'est quoi qui vont leur motiver. Mais plus que d'autres choses, c'est qu'on a un bon groupe d'équipes qui veut gagner pour leurs coéquipiers, pas juste jouer pour eux-mêmes.
You guys have this terminology of in the mix. It seems to be the company line. It's obviously a good way to manage external expectations. How do you drive internal expectations to set a bar that will be high enough for this team to clear?
Again, along the way to win a game, to win a shift, to close out a game versus the individual development. I think it's the same thing. The players, I heard Geoff just at the end saying, like, I would assume there's 32 dressing rooms, right, full of hockey players right now that want to do everything they can to push to try to make the playoffs. There's 82 games to be played. I think we have a competitive group. We have a positive group. They believe in their own ability individually and collectively, and we're certainly not going to in any way try to dampen their expectations. That's for them to push, and as seasons progress, I'm sure if they're having success, they'll be more optimistic, but nothing's linear.
Kent, il semble que vos meilleurs prospects présentement soient à la défensive. Il y a un petit peu un logjam avec Jordan qui a quitté sa libérée de place, mais est-ce que vous sentez encore le désir d'essayer de rééquilibrer ça pour pas que des bons jeunes défenseurs soient bloqués finalement?
Je crois que plus de temps qu'on a, plus qu'on est en mesure de prendre les meilleures décisions. Alors, je crois qu'on a le temps de continuer à évaluer les choses présentement, puis on va le faire. Mais si on détermine que on est rendu à une étape où on doit faire plus de place, mais on va l'évaluer rendu là.
Player development-based roster decisions when you are looking to improve the results at the same time? Like, do you have to strike a different balance than you did maybe in the past year?
Well, I would say I'm not sure Marty's trying to win the 82nd game, so I would imagine his answer would be that his decisions from a roster standpoint are generally driven to win the hockey game. But at the end of the day, again, we're at a point where, right, we're kind of coming out of, as I've described before, like our focus was on accumulating assets and trying to do something to rebuild this team. And as you kind of come out of that phase where we get to a point where maybe somebody's going to be on an expiring contract and he's helping us win a hockey game, so we're keeping him even though we could trade him for an asset. Those are decisions from a management perspective that we have to evaluate, and I think the coaches from a coaching perspective are going to make those decisions about in November playing this player make us better in December or January or February as opposed to another, and it's a fluid situation. Helps, right? The more every day, every week, we get a little bit more information and we can make more intelligent decisions.
Ken Roger.
Sorry. I feel like I'm turning my back on one side. Sorry.
Oh. C'est difficile de continuer à être patient, puis ça serait dangereux de vouloir aller comme trop vite dans la progression de l'équipe. C'est comme un gauge à...
Encore, je ne veux pas paraître répétitif, mais je crois que c'est une décision qu'on prend pendant l'année. Puis plus qu'on a de temps, plus qu'on a d'informations, plus qu'on va être en mesure de prendre les bonnes décisions. Mais c'est sûr que on veut continuer à prendre les bonnes décisions, pas des décisions réactives.
Ouais.
Ouais.
Donc, les performances de l'équipe, on peut discuter.
Oui.
Ken,
Oui.
tout à l'heure, Jeff,
Oh, je vais juste aller de côté.
Ken, with Roger Grillo coming in, coaching consultant, is
Yeah.
that mean there's only going to be 3 guys behind the bench, or what exactly will his role be with the team? Is it a full-time position? Will he still be with USA Hockey, or how does that going to work?
It is a full-time. He will not be behind the bench. And I think Marty will touch on some of the specifics as it relates to it, but he will no longer be with USA Hockey.
So there's not a lot of NHL coaching experience behind the bench with the 3 guys you have. Is that a concern? Did you think about maybe adding someone else behind the bench with more experience?
No, but I think at the end of the day, first of all, with every passing game, week, year, the coaches have more experience too, and the world's a little different today than it was 20 years ago because we got video. So, there's some team with the most experienced bench and they're doing something in terms of their defensive structure or how they play end of games. Everybody can see everything. I think we have a really bright coaching staff, and I think that they're capable and willing to continue to change and improve in whatever ways they can. But Marty had a certain vision for how Roger could help them become better coaches, and he'll touch on that, and we'll as a management group, and we'll continue to evaluate as well.
Does that continue the theme of being a modern hockey team without bringing in old school type of guys?
Well, I don't think an old school versus a new school, like, at least from my perspective, I think it's just, we interview people that we think will be a good fit. That could be somebody that has, countless years of experience, and it could be somebody that's new. I just think we try to take individual decisions and not just do what's been done in the past necessarily. But it doesn't mean we wouldn't do what's been done in the past.
When was now the right time to bring in Patrik Laine?
Well, I think we said at the end of our last year that we understood that we needed to, like Rome isn't built in a day, and that we had things we needed to do. One of them that I think we all were aware of is that we had to continue to improve our offense, and that we wanted to kind of reward our group, the players, for it's not easy, when you've got a show called the Rebuild and they're going out every day trying to win the next hockey game. I got to imagine, I try to put myself in their shoes and think about when I step on the ice and I'm getting run over at 100 miles an hour, or I got to go get in a fight, or I got to do this or that to help my team win a hockey game. I want to know everybody's all in. So I think from our vantage point, one, long term, we knew we needed to do that. Patrick's a young hockey player, and two, we wanted to, we addressed it in the draft, but we wanted to give our players more help as well, and we think Patrik can do that, and he's got the potential, but he's not here to be a savior for us either. We have to acknowledge what it is. He came out of a difficult season and difficult situation in his own personal life, and we hope that he comes here and we give him a good environment to get back to enjoying the game and
Last question. Dernière question. Vous avez ajouté des joueurs offensifs, entre autres. L'année dernière, le club a donné beaucoup de buts, la saison avant aussi. Qu'est-ce que le club peut faire pour réduire en fait le nombre de buts?
Mais je pense que premièrement, c'est un peu côté de l'équipe, mais on est très jeunes. On était très jeunes à la défense. Ceux qui ont été au match, les 2 matchs contre Toronto, c'est qu'on a encore d'autres jeunes défenseurs qui s'en viennent. C'est pour ça qu'on dit Rome ne sera pas construit dans un jour. Il faut qu'on soit conscient du fait qu'on est jeune. Puis il y a un manque d'expérience. Puis je trouve que les gardiens ils arrivent le plus tard. Défenseurs après, puis les joueurs devant peut-être le plus tôt, au niveau de plus jeunes, avant qu'ils atteignent leur vrai potentiel.
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire être dans le mix? C'est quoi ta définition? Parce que les Red Wings ont été éliminés au dernier match. On pourrait dire qu'une équipe qui rate les séries par petits points dans le mix, c'est quoi ta définition d'être dans le mix?
Pour moi, c'est... je veux qu'on soit dans la course plus longtemps. Mais je ne peux pas prédire est-ce que ça veut dire jusqu'au dernier match, est-ce que ça veut dire qu'on va réussir à faire les séries. Je sais quand on choisit des mots, ça peut 10 choses différentes, 10 personnes différentes. Mais au fin de la journée, pour nous, pour qu'on progresse, pour qu'on avance, il faut que les joueurs jouent. Il faut qu'ils gagnent l'expérience comme équipe dans des matchs qui comptent, qui sont plus importants.
Merci, Kev.
Bienvenue. Okay. Thank you.
I want to tell him to use the microphone for every answer.
Non, c'est correct. On m'entend? Bon. Plus d'expérience. Bon matin.
Au cours des 2 dernières saisons, Martin, tu as coaché beaucoup les joueurs pour les faire grandir individuellement. Tu as donné des responsabilités à des jeunes joueurs, tu les as placés dans toutes sortes de situations. C'est ça que la direction disait vouloir voir. Puis cette année, on place un objectif collectif. Il faut que l'équipe soit dans le mix. Est-ce que tu vas diriger ton équipe de façon différente cette année?
Non. Tu sais, c'est sûr, quand tu coaches une jeune équipe, il faut que tu sois sûr que tes jeunes se développent. Okay? Mais en même temps, c'est pas juste le développer côté individuel. Il faut que tu te développes comme équipe au plan collectif. Puis je pense que c'est quelque chose qu'on a travaillé beaucoup là-dessus. Puis c'est sûr, cette année, ça va être la même chose. Le hockey, c'est une game d'équipe. Fait que, tu vois, on va continuer à développer les joueurs, mais c'est beaucoup sur le plan collectif de rentrer plus dans les détails, d'être encore plus organisé pour être plus difficile à jouer contre. Puis c'est sûr, chaque année, tu aimerais ça être dans le mix. Puis cette année, c'est la même chose. Puis je pense qu'on est placé, on est à une autre étape de notre croissance. Puis on va travailler pour être dans le mix. Mais c'est
du développement, peut-être un petit peu plus dans la performance.
Je sais pas si la patience, c'est le mot. C'est plus exigeant, peut-être. Plus exigeant, côté. Puis on rentre. C'est une étape où il faut vraiment rentrer dans les détails. Puis c'est pas comme si on rentrait pas dans les détails l'année passée. Mais c'est de. Tu évolues comme équipe. Puis c'est sûr. Les demandes d'un jeune de 10, 12 ans, 15, 16 ans versus un kid de 6, 7 ans, tu t'attends à plus de... tu t'attends à plus. C'est comme ça, coacher une équipe. Je te dis, je sais pas si... c'est pas d'être impatient ou sévère, c'est d'être juste puis calculé.
Sur l'ajout de Patrik Laine, c'est un gars qui veut rebondir à Montréal. Comment tu peux l'aider à justement remettre sa carrière sur...
Bien, je pense que la chose la plus importante pour lui, c'est s'acclimater ici. Mais, tu sais, moi, je veux qu'il soit excité de jouer au hockey. Je veux qu'il ait cette passion-là. Je veux qu'il soit excité de venir à l'aréna. Fait que si que je fasse n'importe quoi d'autre, s'il n'y a pas ça, il n'y a rien qui va coller. Fait que c'est d'être sûr qu'il soit d'une bonne place, puis mentalement, puis qu'il soit excité de venir à l'aréna. Well, I think what excites me the most is the package that he has and what he's done in this league. That's exciting, and for me is to try to, can we get that back, right? And you're not going to get that back without him being excited about playing. So, I don't have anything that really scares me. I think we're gonna, get going here and see how it all fits. He's got to try to get acclimated with his teammate, new city and stuff. So, I'm excited.
With him and Army showing up here together, same car, think they can feed off each other?
Well, I don't know, but if there's a few, Finns on the team, usually you'll see them together, especially early on. And I think Army, obviously, he's which is nice to see. He knows that Patrik is in a new situation here, and he probably just wants to try to guide him here.
Aside from Patrik,
How excited
aside from Patrik and Kirby coming back here, there's a lot of familiarity within your group. How do you think that familiarity with the way you guys want to play, with having executed the systems already, will drive you to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're not starting from scratch, and not only we're not starting from scratch, but there's not a lot of changes. There's a lot of. It's not like we're adding like 5-6 new players that you're trying to, you know, bring them on board. So I like the continuity of what we've been doing with you know, a very familiar group, and I think that helps us.
C'est quoi ton plus gros projet de coaching cette année? En vertu de ce que tu as sous les mains et de ce que les gens s'attendent.
Une journée à la fois. Une journée à la fois. J'ai pas un gros projet en tête. C'est une journée à la fois, gagner la journée.
Par rapport à ce que tu disais tantôt sur être plus exigeant, toutes les dernières années, tu disais que c'était le processus avant les résultats qui était très constant par rapport à ça. Être dans le mix, c'est un résultat. Est-ce que tout à coup ça rentre?
Ça dépend comment tu vois ça, être dans le mix. Moi, être dans le mix, c'est. Ouais, mais t'as pas de résultat si t'es pas focusé sur le processus. Moi, c'est ça. Je me fixe pas. Je pars pas l'année me fixer. Il faut gagner X amount de games. Je reste sur le processus, puis le reste habituellement il vient avec tout ce que tu fais.
How excited are you about the roster that you have going into camp? You know, last year you had that 3-goalie situation you had to deal with.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm very excited about our roster. I think that we've had a really good summer with, you know, locking out some of our young core guys and obviously bringing Patrik and getting a healthy Kirby Dach. There's a lot to be excited about, you know, and that's just one part. You know, every team's going to look at their roster this year and before the season start, and you know, and now it's what you do with it. You know, so for us, we, you know, today it's it's like the, you know, the opening of the season, but you know, we'll get on the ice Thursday and we'll get after it. Ben, moi, je pense qu'il y a toujours des postes de disponibles. Faut que tu forces la main. Même quand tu penses qu'il n'y en a pas, il y en a toujours. Faut que tu forces la main, tu essaies de voler une chaise.
Marty, what will Roger Real's role be with your coaching staff? And you're comfortable, I guess, now going just 3 guys behind?
Yeah. So when Burr stepped down, you know, I helped Burr with the power play the last couple of years. When he stepped down, I want to have that continuity with the power play, and I wanted to take care of it. And so I didn't feel like I needed to bring a coach in that department, you know, when I want to do it. So it wouldn't be fair for that guy coming in. So I was looking more for somebody that can be an extension of the staff. I was looking for an older person. And, you know, what Roger has done throughout his coaching career and post-career, he had, you know, the experience that was kind of like very fitting for the position that I was looking for. And obviously I've had a relationship for a long time. So, you know, he's going to be an extension, help for all the departments and the staff so that I can, you know, do my job better, considering that I will take the power play as well. So I'm excited for it.
How much does Lane Hudson excite you as a possible power play player when you see him?
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, he's an exciting player. I mean, it's he's been exciting for many years, right? I saw Lane at the program, and I saw Lane play a little bit at BU, and you know, he's plays with a lot of passion. He's fun to watch.
Martin, how significant do you think this season is in terms of using it as a measuring stick?
How's what?
The significance of this season, the importance of it, in terms of a measuring stick for World.
I think every game is an opportunity to talk about the season. You know, you want to see how you fare against the rest of the league. I really like last year we competed in this league. You know, and this year is just an opportunity again to say, okay, where are we? You know, and you don't really know until, you know, we're going to get judged throughout the season, you know, but the final judgment is going to come at the end of the season. So, you know, it's I know we're going to keep progressing. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like this. It doesn't matter, you know, but for us is you know, just be prepared. I know we will. And, you know, just get after it.
What
are your main takeaways going into the summer that you think could make you a better coach this year?
Main takeaway. I don't know. I mean, make me a better coach this year. I don't know. I feel every year is more experience. You know, I don't think there's. I know I still have a lot to learn, and I know when I don't have the answers, I know I work hard to go try to find them, and I like, you know, I like the staff, I like the engagement of everyone, you know. So I don't think it's just all my actions. I think it's everybody around me, including the players, and I think we're all growing together right now, and we all after the same thing. C'est toujours le fun de jouer des games à la fin puis d'être encore dans la parade, tu sais. Fait que c'est quelque chose qui m'excite.
Marty, what are you most excited about going into the season, and why should fans be excited about this team the way it looks right now?
I mean, I'm excited about the continuity that we have, you know. And I know Kent and Gortz have done a really good job in staying patient and staying the course. And I'm just looking forward to see like what's the next step for this group, you know, and to be part of that and that growth, especially because we've been kind of building it. I'm excited about, you know, seeing another growth, another level with this group.
Dernière question.
About respecting the process and that, you know, maybe the results take care of themselves when you do that. You know, you've been in a position the last couple of years to make some, I guess, development-based decisions where you're willing to live with certain things so that a player can grow. Are you still in that position, or do you have to make more immediate?
I don't know. I think that's from case to case, from player to player. I don't think it's. I don't coach the 20 guys the same way. I hold everybody the same standards, but the way I approach everybody is different. So I think it's not just I'm going to be this way with everyone. You know, I hold them to. There's non-negotiable and standards. It's like that for everybody, but the way, you know, I handle players making mistakes, why they made mistake, and which mistake they made, it's on case by case.
Merci Martin.
Ok, merci beaucoup.
Yes.
Okay, good. My French
Is
is
your
not
French
that
okay?
good.
Yeah, no?
No, it's not that good yet. We're working on it.
So,
Bonjour.
Can you just?
What?
Yeah.
Mic check.
Oui.
No.
Oh, ouais.
Might have to go higher a little bit.
Yeah, you're pretty tall.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect.
Is that?
Fine,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the longest I can put it. I'm
That's
sorry
fine.
about that.
Don't have an extension.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Hold it, Chantal.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, I
Hold it.
shouldn't.
that's fine.
Patrik, this is your first exposure to all this, to this circus. What is your first impression?
A lot of people with a lot of cameras, it looks like, but no, it's great. Obviously, happy to see you guys. I'll be seeing a lot of you, I'm sure, throughout this year. So just excited to be here so far.
Patrik, over the last couple of weeks, you've had a chance to meet many of your teammates, skate with them. You got on the ice with Adam Nicholas a lot. What are you learning about the way this team operates and the culture that's here?
Yeah, it's been good getting on the ice. Obviously, haven't had too many chances to do that before coming here, so it's been great so far. And you know, everybody's been great and super welcoming, and practices are a little bit different than kind of like game-like drills, so big fan of that. And but yeah, it's overall experience has been really good so far. So hopefully, and I'm sure it stays like that.
Hughes said that he doesn't expect you to come in and be the savior for this team, and certainly fans are kind of feeling that way. What's your message to the fans? What are the expectations they should have around your results this season?
Yeah, I've been asked that same question a few times now about expectations and all that. I mean, I think for me personally, it's just stay healthy and have a good time. I think that's kind of mine. Obviously, when you do those two things, there's a really good chance for success. And obviously, this team has you know, a lot of great pieces, and you know, happy to come in here and try to help out as much as I can. And but yeah, I know fans are obviously expecting a lot of great things, and so am I from myself. But just gotta stay patient. You know, haven't played in a while, and so I feel like that's the biggest thing for me. It's just, you know, give myself time to get back at it and to stay patient.
You were hoping for a new start. You're gonna get one in a market like Montreal where it could be tough. Why do you like it, a new start in Montreal?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's no better place to play in terms of a hockey market. So I'm super excited, obviously, to be here and finally to have these fans on my side for once. Yeah, it's just super excited about the. Yeah, no, not that, but yeah, it's just super excited to be here, and obviously getting to play at one of the greatest rinks in hockey, and in front of probably the best fans in the world. So it'll be great.
Patrik, for you, how important is this fresh start for you? How important is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a secret that you know, the last couple of years have been a little tough, but yeah, I mean, I think it's just great to get this new opportunity with this team, and yeah, that's something I was hoping for, and obviously got the chance to come here, and was super excited right away when I got the call, and I feel like they're building something special here, so it's just happy to be a part of it.
How do you think you'll react to that, to the pressure, if you get off to a slow start?
Well, I don't like to do ifs, and you know, it's always easy to say ifs and buts and maybes, but we'll deal with that if that happens. But just try to, you know, help the team win as much as I can and do my part, and whether it's scoring or doing something else, you know, I'm trying to just do my job, and I think just embrace it. You know, I think it's great that people here care. You know, if you lose, yeah, they're gonna be pissed off, but that's only because they care and they want this team to win. So I don't mind it. If there's reason for that, then, you know, I'll take it. But you know, just try to get off to a hot start, and as a team, and for me as well. And yeah.
What has Armia told you about playing here?
He's said a lot of good things. He said he's loved being here. I think he said he's been here for 7 years or something, and he said he would, you know, want to be here for forever. So I feel like everybody who I've talked to kind of said the same thing, and you know, only being here a couple weeks, but I can definitely see why. And there's a, you know, family-like organization from the up from the organization all the way down, and you know, everybody's part of the group and part of the process. So just happy to be here and happy to be part of it.
Patrik, we saw you and Armia arrive here together. How well did you guys know each other before you arrived in Montreal, and how has he maybe helped you with the adjustment to coming here and living in Montreal?
I feel like we knew each other pretty well. Obviously played in Winnipeg together back in the days, and kind of similar thing when I got into the league. He was already there, and he was kind of taking care of this 18-year-old from Finland. But I don't need that much help anymore as I did back in the day. But yeah, it's been great. Kind of show us around a little bit, and you know, with a lot of recommendations and all that stuff. And obviously don't have a car yet, so he's my personal driver, so that works too. But no, it's been great having him here, and having a friend and old teammate definitely helps with the transition for sure.
Patrik, you mentioned yourself.
How would you characterize? You talked about a change in perspective with everything that you've gone through. How would you characterize how you've changed your outlook on your own performance, your job, your work-life balance, all that stuff? Like, how has that changed?
I mean, it's not like that's really changed. And always wanting to be the best, but I think it's just, it's just a game. Like, we get to play this game that we love for work, and obviously every day we want to get better and we want to win, and but it's just a game, and can't be too hard on yourself. It's just, if you have a bad game, like, just don't swell on it. Like, there's always another day, always another opportunity to get better and get another win. So, but it'll be a good test for this year to test my new skills mentally, and yeah, that was a hard question though, a little bit.
Last question.
You mentioned yourself at 18 years old. Back then, did you have an idea, a picture of who you could be as a player in the NHL? And nowadays, after 6-7 years in the league, that experience may lead you to understand that maybe there's something else than what you first pictured. Has it remained the same?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, as an 18-year-old, like, I don't like to get ahead of myself too much. Just live in the moment, try to get better every day, try to get better year by year. I feel like, yeah, as a player, like, yeah, the results is not, they, obviously haven't always been there the way I've maybe wanted, but I feel like I am light years ahead as a player that I was when I was 18 years old. But I'm still entering my prime. I still got hopefully a lot of years left, and I guess this bee wants me really to stop talking, keeping me short. But yeah, it's just try to get better each year, and I feel like I've been doing that. Obviously, hopefully the results will come as well. But yeah, just here to have a good time. So.
Thank you, Patrik. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Merci.
Well, everyone is talking to Cole.
Are you? We got some of the management here before, and the P word is floating around playoffs. Is that something as players that you think is possible this season?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a part of our journey, and it's our goal to be in a mix at the end of the regular season. And yeah, I think everyone will do their best to be there.
How was that different from last year? Wasn't that the goal also for you guys to be in the play meaningful games late in the season?
Yeah, for sure. But we feel like we're 1 year older now, and I don't know. Even for me, I played the full season, so I have a little bit more experience. And we had last year we had like 30 games that we lost like by 1 goal. So if we could turn at least half of those to our wins, then I think we will be in a mix.
What was your reaction?
this is your first year with under the new contract for you. Does it change anything for you in your mindset coming in?
No, I think I'm still on my old contract now.
Yeah.
No.
Right, technically.
No, I mean, yeah, we just work hard and we have our goals and we will work towards them. It doesn't really matter about the contract. It's just good that it's out of the way. And I know I'll be here for a long time, and now we just focus on the work and our goals.
What are your goals individually? Because we saw how much you improved and felt more comfortable as the season went on.
I mean, I always set some goals, which I'm obviously not going to tell anyone here, and I keep them for myself. But individually, I still look for team success, and even if I play good, it's only good because it's just helping the team win. So, yeah, whatever my goal is, we will see if I'll tell you at the end of the season if I did that.
What does it mean for the offense to have Kirby back in and add Patrik, and how does that help spread things around maybe for your line?
I mean, it's great to have a lot of good forwards, and that means more goals. That I think means more wins. So, yeah, it's great that we got Pat, we got Kirby back. So, yeah, we will see. We will see how strong we are now when everyone is healthy.
Does it take maybe a little pressure off that top line to have to produce so much?
I mean, for sure, but we still want to. Everyone wants to produce so much, so I don't. Even if they're back, yeah, we still want to be the best, and I mean, I think everyone wants to produce and do their best out there.
You don't want to share your personal goal, but last year we were able to take a big step. Do you believe this year 3, you're going to take a step again?
I'll do my best to take a next step and be even better than I was last year for sure.
What did you focus on in training this summer?
Pretty much everything, just getting faster, getting stronger, got lighter again. And no, just like everything. Like there wasn't just like one thing I would point out. Yeah, just trying to get better overall.
Are you back in the goggles? What do you weigh now? What do you think is an ideal playing weight?
Now I weighed 101 kilos, so I don't know how much is that in pounds, but yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, we'll see.
No goggles this off season?
No.
No?
No.
Just stuck to basic
Yeah, just try to do everything normal. Yeah.
How did the off season, and you spend it at home, and obviously you're a big deal at home, and you had a big season. Like, how have you? There's expectations. You have expectations, very high expectations for yourself. How are you managing those expectations? Do you use them to kind of fuel you, or do you try to not think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think about them, but at the same time I have expectations from myself, so I focus more on my own expectations than what other people think, and focus on expectations from our coaches and from my teammates, not from what people not around locker room say. So I focus more on that, and yeah, in summer, I don't know, I just try to rest, stay away from people as much as I can, and just stay in my house in
Is it
Košice.
hard for you to walk around at home? To go to the store or whatever? Or?
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. Yeah, went to buy some clothes with my sister, and yeah, didn't end up good. Had a full photo shoot in a mall.
Sorry, what did you think when you heard about the acquisition of Laine?
I was happy. Yeah, he's a great player, and he can only help us. He scores 40 goals or something, and that will be good for us. Yeah, so it's good to have player like him, in my opinion.
I'm not sure if you've been asked this at the beginning, but can you just clarify regarding your back, the fact that you pulled out of the Olympic qualifiers? So what's the situation?
Yeah, I think it's fine now. Like, it's a little something that I still had going on for not just this past season. So every time during the summer, I'm trying to work on everything, and yeah, I wanted to be sure that I'm 100% ready for the training camp, and yeah, I had to. Unfortunately, I had to miss the qualification, but thankfully we got there.
How do you hear every year at this event, we talk about the season as a whole, and it's, there's always season. When you hear management say that we want to be in the mix, they don't necessarily know if you're ready to make a push into the playoffs. Like, what do you think of your team's potential?
Yeah, I think we could potentially be in the mix. Like I said, I think last year we had like 30 games that we lost by like 1 goal or something. If we can turn like 15 or 20 of those games into wins, I think that's what, like 40 more points. I think that gets you into a mix.
How do you turn those losses into wins? Humble opinion.
Yeah, well, just trying to outwork the opponent, even if they might have better, team on paper or whatever. Just trying to outwork them and show them that who we are and how we want to play. And yeah, I think we can. And then we just need to score that 1 more goal. So hopefully it will work.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juraj.
Thank you.
Salut.
Mike, there's a whole conversation about being in the mix this year. First off, what does that mean to you? And second, what do you think the elements are that you guys have at your disposal to not only be in the mix, but potentially make the finals?
Well, I think obviously being in the mix is talking about playoffs and being a team that's fighting for playoffs and ultimately getting to that point and then seeing what happens from then on. And it's obvious that that's the goal. There's no point going into a season if that isn't the goal, no matter where you are in the standings the year prior. And so, I think to have the opportunity to be an NHL player and to not kind of take that seriously and think, oh, we've got years to go before we need to worry about that doesn't do it justice to what that opportunity is. And so I know personally and speaking to guys on the team that's our focus this year and our expectation.
Qu'est-ce que ça va prendre, Mike, pour justement arriver en série pour cette équipe-là? Qu'est-ce que ça va prendre?
C'est sûr que la constance est une des choses qui est la plus difficile à avoir comme équipe. Ça prend une saison où la constance est là pour la majorité du temps. Je pense que quand tu regardes la façon qu'on jouait à la fin de la saison l'année passée, tu peux voir que les éléments commencent à vraiment être là pour notre groupe. Donc, de pouvoir mettre cette game-là sur la glace le plus qu'on peut.
À quel point, justement, c'est plaisant d'entendre les dirigeants parler de N de l'extérieur, mais pas d'abord super haut, mais pour vous, en tant que joueur, à quel point c'est le fun d'entendre ça de la part de Geoff Molson.
Ben, c'est sûr que c'est ça qui t'excite comme joueur, comme partisan, même pour vous aussi. C'est ces matchs-là qui sont des matchs importants que sont les meilleurs à jouer dedans, à assister. Donc, c'est ça toujours, c'est ça notre but. Puis, comme joueur, c'est sûr que c'est vraiment excitant puis c'est motivant. I mean, I said it's about consistency for sure. You're going to have lulls during the season. You're going to have lulls during each game. But it's about minimizing those. If you look at the teams that are always at the top of the standings, it's even if they have a couple bad shifts, they reel it right back in. They have a couple bad games, they reel it back in. You hear it's cliche, but good teams don't lose 2 in a row. That's a huge thing. You can't have those stretches during the season where you lose your identity in the way that you want to play.
If this was a natural evolution, every non-playoff team would make the playoffs eventually. So why do you think, other than experience and the core group is together again, and other than that, why do you, obviously it's an optimistic day, but why is this team ready to take that next step?
I mean, yeah, you can. There's not a single team in the league that isn't having this day and going, this is our goal and that's what we want to attain. And at the end of the day, if it's specifically talking about playoffs, there's only 16 teams that get to accomplish that. And, I think as somebody that was watching the playoffs unfold, going into the playoffs last year, I think you could have made an argument for, 10 teams to have won last year. And then there's a whole bunch of teams that were outside of that 10, let's say, that have made all the efforts they can to come into this season to be one of those teams. There's definitely a sense of everybody's saying this at this point in the year. But to answer your question, I think for our group, we've seen signs that it's continuing to build. And so saying, hey, this is our goal doesn't mean everyone's going to say, oh, in the playoffs this year, and we don't need to play them anymore. I think we definitely need to be able to put that forth and have the actions needed towards obtaining that goal.
Le management a vraiment confiance que les jeunes joueurs, le groupe que vous avez présentement, d'après toi, va arriver à amener l'équipe plus loin?
Je pense que le fait que tu peux voir que tout le monde dans le vestiaire adore le hockey. Il n'y a pas des gars qui font ça juste parce que c'est quelque chose qui sont ou sont vraiment bons ou quelque chose comme ça. C'est des gars qui adorent regarder le hockey, voir ce qui arrive dans la ligue, sont de le hockey. Donc, quand tu vois que c'est vraiment une passion, puis hors de la glace, sur la glace, après les pratiques, c'est naturel de penser que ça va aller dans cette
Défensif, vous avez encore une jeune brigade défensive, puis on a vu en fin de semaine d'autres jeunes défenseurs qui vont cogner à la porte. De ton point de vue, comment tu vois ça, le défi de vous améliorer, de devenir plus étanche? L'équipe qui, à la ligne bleue, est assez jeune.
C'est sûr que ça, c'est un endroit, notre zone défensive, qu'on en parle beaucoup, qu'on en a parlé beaucoup cet été. Puis je suis sûr que durant le camp, notre focus va être là aussi. Je pense que c'est comme individuel, comme beaucoup de gars qui sont vraiment jeunes. Comme un gars qui est un peu plus âgé que eux, c'est important juste de les aider, leur donner des façons d'être un peu plus constants avec cette sorte de jeu, puis de savoir que c'est notre job, puis de focuser là, c'est le plus important. Puis, tu sais, ça vaut bien de toujours avoir des buts, puis des points, puis ces sortes de choses-là, mais notre job, c'est notre zone défensive.
Why do you feel this is the strongest group you've been associated with since your arrival?
Well, I think the fact, obviously, of the young guys being 3 years older, that is a natural progression. I just think, even in the last few days of skating together, you can tell that our group is really close, and you don't get that everywhere you go. It's a natural thing when there's people leaving and coming in all the time, and that's what happens in professional sports. But I think the core group has stayed here for a few years now and has been given the responsibility of bringing the team to where we want it to be. And so I think just looking at that cohesiveness is exciting. And like I said earlier, the fact that the way we were playing at the end of the year, the way we came together and started really finding our game, and then just like I said, the fact that everybody loves hockey, they eat and breathe hockey. That's exciting to be part of.
Do you think it's the deepest group that you've been associated with, and do you see any weaknesses?
With this team?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, I think that's what all the best teams have is a lot of depth, and it's a great problem to have when you're trying to figure out who can slot in where, and there's internal competition for jobs and for responsibilities. That's what creates difficult teams to play against, where other teams have more than one or two or three matchups. They have to worry about everybody on the ice, and that takes the load off the top guys and all the way through the lineup. It's just a much more game to handle.
Do you see any weaknesses?
It's tough to say without starting the season. We need to get into. There will be 100%, but we need to find out what those are and work on them.
Now, can I just ask, was this a summer thing, or are you superstitious?
Oh, it was trying to look good for you guys. Thank you. Merci.
Allô, tout le monde.
Ça va?
Oui, toi?
Oui, ça va. Je parlais avec Jacka il y a quelques jours, puis il disait, là, dans l'équipe, on a beaucoup de gars qui en sont à leur 3e, 4e saison. L'apprentissage, on sait c'est quoi j'ai joué dans la Ligue nationale. C'est le temps de stepper up. Puis il faut qu'on soit plus imputable. Martin était avec nous tantôt, puis il disait qu'il serait plus exigeant. Est-ce que c'est de la musique à tes oreilles d'entendre ça? Est-ce que tu penses que vous êtes rendu là?
Ouais, c'est le fun. Je pense qu'on est rendu là. Les gars, comme il a dit, c'est leur 3e saison. Les gars, ils ont de plus en plus d'expérience. Quand que les matchs, on arrive, ils savent à quoi s'attendre, le genre de cédule qu'on va avoir. Puis, non, je pense que c'est à tout le monde de prendre un step. Mais je pense qu'en tant qu'équipe, on continue de s'améliorer. Puis, on a vraiment un bon groupe. Je pense que tous les gars, on va se tenir accountable aussi. Puis, on va s'aider à se pousser ensemble.
Depuis le ménage à 3 cette année, c'est toi qui as le job de starter. Est-ce que tu as déjà discuté avec Martin tout ça, du nombre de matchs que tu veux disputer cette année ou qu'il entend de faire disputer?
Non, on n'a pas parlé de ça. On n'a pas parlé du plan encore. C'est sûr, si vous avez regardé la cédule, on a vraiment beaucoup de back-to-back cette année, beaucoup de voyagements. Mais non, on n'a pas parlé de ça. Puis non, je suis content. Moi, je vais juste être prêt quand on va me faire appel à moi. Oui, on dit que je suis le starter, mais je ne vais pas prendre ça pour acquis non plus. C'est quelque chose qui se perd rapidement. Donc, je veux juste arriver prêt pour le cas qui va commencer bientôt. Puis non, je suis excité pour la saison. Hein?
As-tu des objectifs personnels?
Ben, juste de continuer à m'améliorer, puis évidemment, moi en tant que gardien, c'est d'être constant puis de donner une chance à l'équipe à gagner à tous les soirs. C'est quelque chose que je suis capable de faire, puis après ça, les gars vont faire leur part aussi, puis je pense qu'on va pouvoir connaître du succès.
En termes de nombre de matchs,
Ouais, non, j'ai pas pensé à ça, peut-être une 50aine ou de quoi comme ça. Comme j'ai dit, on n'a pas parlé de plan ou rien, puis moi, je pensais de ne pas trop penser trop loin, puis de vraiment focusser les matchs qui vont venir durant la semaine.
Au milieu de la saison, il va y avoir le tournoi des 4 nations, le Canada va chercher des gardiens de but. À quel point c'est un objectif pour toi d'être un des 3 gardiens de l'équipe canadienne?
C'est sûr, ça serait vraiment tout un honneur, surtout que probablement l'équipe qui va aller à ce tournoi-là, ça va être pratiquement l'équipe complète qui va participer aux Olympiques l'année suivante. Donc, ça va vraiment être important pour moi d'avoir un bon début de saison si je veux me donner une chance de pouvoir participer là-bas.
L'an passé, si tu me corriges si je me trompe, mais le message c'était un peu de vous vouliez jouer des matchs importants plus tard dans la saison. Cette année, on va être dans le mix. C'est quoi la différence?
Ben, je pense que ça revient pas mal au même. Si on veut être dans le mix, on va être dans la course jusqu'à la fin de l'année, jouer des matchs importants en fin de saison. Puis, non, je suis excité. Je pense que tous les gars on l'est. Ça va vraiment être une saison excitante pour nous. Dak aussi qui a manqué toute la saison passée, avec Patrik aussi qui arrive. On va avoir un appui offensif encore plus. Donc, on est vraiment excités. Puis, on a hâte que ça commence.
À quel point c'est difficile de faire partie d'une reconstruction, rebuild? Quand tu es sur la glace, tu veux gagner maintenant. Et on dit aux partisans, on dit à tout le monde d'être patient. À quel point c'est difficile pour un joueur d'être patient?
Oui, mais on est tous conscients de la situation dans laquelle on était. Puis c'est sûr, on avait patient, on avait beaucoup de jeunes joueurs, mais comme on l'a dit, les gars, c'est leur 3e, 4e année, les gars ont plus d'expérience. Puis là, comme j'ai dit, les gars, on est tous excités, on a hâte que ça commence, puis on veut gagner, on veut avoir du succès. Puis même si tu as été en rebuild, c'était plus difficile, les partisans au Centre Bell ou peu importe, ont tout le temps été là pour nous supporter. Donc, aussi, on veut redonner puis avoir une bonne saison cette année. Bon, merci. Merci, bonne journée.
Ça va, toi?